Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to this new video. I thought that it'd be time to finally maybe record a room tour. I used to make these back in 2018, 2019, and 2020, but I haven't done one in a while, and a lot has changed in my room. So I thought it'd be a good idea to just record one again. Now I'm back on YouTube, back making videos for as long as it stays fun. So let's just get right into it, I guess. Okay, so now I've got the intro out of the way. I'll just get through my room in like a circle, and I'll start right next to my door, which is right here. Right here, I've got a small collection of boxes. I'm a big fan of collecting all sort of boxes, and that's kind of a trend you'll see throughout my room is that I like collecting stuff. Um, but there are all sorts of boxes here, like my drawing tablet or Apple Watch, and a bunch of iPhones from 4 to I guess 15, because that's the one I have. Um, a bunch of iPads and keyboards in between, and that's pretty much just this little thing. It's on top of a bunch of, I think, like servers these are, which just my dad wanted to put somewhere. So like I guess I had room for it, so we put them right here. If you go right next to this collection of boxes, we got the box of my 4 Procons with a Procon in the trash can. Don't really know what that's doing there, but it's there, and I'll keep it there forever. And there's one right behind it too. Yeah, I don't use these Procons anymore, so I guess I put them here. Then right next to it is the shelf. Just my shelf full of video games mostly. But on the left side of this, there is some cameras I got from my grandparents. I don't really know much about them, but I just like them as little decorations in my room, just to fill up some space. I think it's pretty cool. And next to that, there are a bunch of my video games. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Going from like PC games here, GameCube, Wii U, Wii, Switch, 3DS, DS, more 3DS, and then all my Game Boy N64 and my Japanese NES games and my SNES, and there are all my Pokemon cards. Now on top of that, there are all my Nintendo consoles. Actually, not all of them, but most of them. I have all of it from all the way from a Japanese NES, which this is not the NES itself. This is the Famicom Disk System, but I'll go over my Famicom in a bit because I just got that a couple days back. But yeah, going from the NES all the way to the Switch right there. I think I got my NES, which completed my home console collection back in 2019. I believe in December or so. So ever since that, I've just had all Nintendo home consoles, and some of them I have double from other regions or other colors, for example. Then right underneath on the right side, there's my collection of Zippos. Zippos are just lighters, and my grandparents used to collect all of these. I believe there are about 500 of them, making for a pretty cool collection, which fits pretty much exactly in here, which I think is pretty neat to have. And I carry one on me like at all times as well, and most of them all still work, and if they don't, they're pretty easy to repair. And we have some more right here, with some very small ones like this, and some very big ones like those ones, and more normal ones right here. And all of my Xbox and PlayStation games right next to that, from PS Vita, which I don't even have a PS Vita, but it's just to complete my Assassin's Creed collection because I'm a nerd, to PSP, Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox One right there, and then PS4 right underneath. And then my Game Boy Advance SP and 3DS XL right there. Don't really use any of them anymore, but I have them, so that's cool. Then under this, we continue to my next collection, which will be my collection of money. It's not really mine. It's once again something that my grandparents used to own, but I'll kind of show you around. Yeah, so to start with this little binder right there, as we can see, it's just a binder like Pokemon cards. It really reminds me of Pokemon cards because it's such a cool collection as well. Just with a bunch of paper money on it, like as we can see here, all my $2 bills, which I don't think they even make anymore. And this one's even more special because first of all, they're about 50 years old. Second of all, if you look at the serial numbers right here, you can see this one ending 214, 215, 216, 217, 218. 219, 220, 221, 222, 223, and 224. And then right here, we've got number 225. That's where it stops. Although I've got another one right there. And then this was also owned by my grandparents, and I'm kind of just continuing this collection, like this $100 bill, $50 bill, and $20 bill, and I think this $10 bill too is what came from my trip to the U.S. Earlier this year, late last year, and I just kind of took a bunch of money home because I was like, hey, I think it's pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool to just continue the collection that my grandparents used to have. But there's all sort of money. Like here's old Dutch money, which I put a €50 bill in there too. More money from old Dutch colonies, for example. More like Indonesia right here. My Israeli shekel. I don't. That's pretty cool. Here, more Indonesia. Italy, I think this is, as far as I can see. British Islands right there. Bahrain. It's really cool. It's a really cool collection to have. This is not everything that's in my binders, like all of the bills I have, because I've got more. I've got another stash I still have to sort through. Singapore. So that's gonna fill up the rest of this binder. So I still have some that I need to go through, and I've just kind of been sorting them out to make the collection how it should be again, because it was kind of all over the place, which I didn't really like. Because it's very sad that a collection like that was so messy. So I decided to make it better. Then under that is another really cool thing, which is a set of Olympic coins. I don't really know the story on this much because I'm not that much of an expert yet. I'm trying to go through it all and know as much about it as I can, but it's pretty difficult. But yeah, I believe that for Olympic Games they used to just bring out coins, and this one is from the Olympic Games in Canada in 1976, and it's a full set, which is really neat. Right under that, there, because of course I don't only have bills, I have a bunch of coins as well, which are right underneath from a whole bunch of different countries. As you can see, here's South Africa, more Indonesia, Malta, Luxembourg, Sweden. So there's a lot in here, which is really nice, and I haven't really looked at it all because I'm being very busy. But I'll go through it all at some point. To continue over to this part of my room, right next to the collection of money I have right there, we have more boxes with more coins on top, actually. Yeah, this is my box of my keyboard, my Japanese N64, my Xbox One, microphones, the mic I'm using right now, my other mic, and right underneath I think it's my old USB mic, and then right in front we have the box of my Famicom, which I got a couple days ago, with the Famicom disk system attached to it, which is pretty much just like a floppy disk reader for the Famicom. It's a really cool accessory, which I don't think a lot of people have, especially in Europe. And I got it a couple days ago. And because the Famicom is actually right here, right next to my TV, it's like a whole hassle to connect it to a European TV. I haven't fully got it working yet because this thing has an RF adapter, or a RF switch, which probably most people watching this video don't even know what that is. But it's pretty much just a switch that looks for like a signal, and then the TV like picks up on that signal. But considering the RF switch is Japanese, so it's NTSC, the audio doesn't quite work on the Famicom. The video does, just not the audio, so I have to buy a European one to make it all work. But this thing is really cool, and I was puzzling a lot last night with my dad to fix it and make the Famicom work on this TV. So it's really neat. I at least got the video working, because I did not think that we would be able to. Then going over to my next shelf, which is this one. Just got a bunch of games like full on display. Starting over here with my Japanese N64 and my VHS player right next to it. And then I just have some NES games and one of the floppy disks for the Famicom disk system, which this one has the Japanese version of SMB2, which is SMB The Lost Levels on it. Unfortunately not in box, but it came with the disk system, so like, I'll fucking take it. Underneath the original 3 Pokemon games in Japanese. Pokemon Green is quite a rare one because it only came out in Japan and not in Europe. So it's really nice that I have that complete in box with Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue with it as well. Cost me a lot of money, but it's really cool, honestly. I love these. Right here are some of my N64 games. These are the only 2 N64 games I have in box. Right here we have Ocarina of Time, the European version. Complete in box, got it for like 35 euros. It was really cheap. Really cool one in my collection. And then here, Mario Kart 64, complete in box as well. Also, to come back to these ones, a funny thing is, I cannot play these games because I don't know Japanese, so I don't know what moves I'm using when I play these games. Makes it really hard to play them, but I might play through them at some point just because it'd be funny to try and get through these games in Japanese, because I know these games like completely off the top of my head. I've played these games so many times, so I could probably beat them. It's just hard to know what moves I'm using, but they're not very challenging anyways, so I could probably do it. Right here I have all my controllers, and there's a manual of my Famicom. Yeah, but just a bunch of my controllers. Then around underneath that, we have just some personal stuff, like the Mario Maker Special Edition and some mugs, like nothing really interesting, just to fill up some space. Here we have some Wii U games, Tropical Freeze and Assassin's Creed 3. Here are my Xbox One, DS and 3DS, GameCube. Here are my second Wii, just a black one, just because I wanted to buy a new one. I only had a white one, so I thought, why not? Together with SMBW and Twilight Princess. 2 of my favorite Switch games, Smash Ultimate and Mario Odyssey. Here are my PS4. There are a bunch of Assassin's Creed games for Xbox and PS. And then some of my, how do you even call these things? Like VHS tapes, I think, from my youth. Really cool to just have them because my grandpa gave them to me. Because I used to use their VHS player a lot when I was a kid, all the time when I was there. And here, got a record player, and the boxes of my 2 Switches, together with my box of my 3DS. And then here I have my box, sorry, not the box. Here I have my keyboard. That under this, or behind this, I got a whole, like, storage room, I guess. I can open it up real quick. If you kind of like fucking Anne Frank's fucking place, you'd open this thing and there's a whole thing behind this. Going all the way like through my wall and stuff. Then here we got one of my desks. I have 2 of them. On this desk I have my Xbox 360 and PS3, my printer, which I use to digitalize a lot of photos, an Xbox 360 game. This is Assassin's Creed and more Assassin's Creed and GTA 5. And here we have that stash of money I was talking about earlier, that I haven't gone through yet and sorted it out. Sales due to that. It's just I've been very busy, so I haven't really had the time to do so. Here we have my microphone, because now we're gonna go over to my desk. Yeah, so here we have my setup. I am very happy with the way my setup looks right now. I'll show it from a little distance. Yeah, so this is the way my setup looks right now. I'm very happy with it. And I'll just take you guys through it for a bit. So to start off with my mic, because that's obviously the first thing you see, my audio setup is a lot more complicated than it needs to be. Because here you start with my main microphone, which is a Rode Pod mic, which goes into my mic arm here, which is the Elgato Wave Pro, I believe. Which this XLR cable goes into my cloud lifter right there, which is just a mic activator, which makes it so this mic that uses a lot of power can get to its like full potential. Then the cloud lifter goes into my audio fit interface that's right there, which is a Focusrite. It's like, was it like a Focusrite, like just single, I think, is what it's called. I can look it up real quick. Oh, it's like a Focusrite Scarlett Solo is what it's called. Then that one obviously goes into my PC, but there's also an audio jack cable that goes into this thing right here, which is a micro amp, which makes the audio that comes into your headphones better than it usually would be when you plug it just into your PC, because my headphones use 250 ohms, and I believe PCs only can take like 100 or 200 or something. So it just makes audio as good as it can be. And plus, I can plug in 4 headphones into this instead of just a normal one that you could into a PC. So I've got 2 headphones, which are just 2 of the same ones, just 2 Biodynamics DT990 Pros. But I could plug in 2 more, which is really neat. And I can control the audio right here, which is the only, I quote unquote, downside that my setup really has, is that there's a lot of individual ways that I can control my audio in output. Because I can obviously control it right there on my audio interface. I can use this knob to make it louder or quieter. Then I can do right here. I can do it on this thing right here, which is a MIDI controller, which makes it so I can control all my apps individually. Which is just, this thing is just the Windows volume mixer, but physical. Like this one is for my browser, for example, my Opera. This one is for my Discord. This one is for my Spotify. This one is for my other 2, or these 2 are for my other 2 browsers, so Chrome and Firefox. This one is usually for my, I don't know, let me take a peek. I actually think that this one is usually, oh yeah, this one is usually for my game or my Vegas when I'm editing, and this one is just my overall audio. And then these buttons do cool things too, like these 3, mute, deafen, or leave the VC on Discord. These 2 change my audio output, so I can change between speakers and my headphones. These ones like open certain apps, like my Paint.net, for example, if I have to use it. Stuff like that. Just like nice macros to have just physically right there. And then here we have my keyboard, which is currently connected, but it doesn't need to be. Like, I can plug it out, but it had to be charging. It's a wireless keyboard. It's a ACO Wasteland Survival 5098B, I believe, to the top of my head, with a matching mousepad that's right underneath it, which I got quite recently. I got a couple months back, and I'm really happy with it, to be honest. Like, the keyboard is awesome. I think it looks really nice. It's pretty unique as well, and I think it's just really cool overall. And then here we have my mouse, which is a League of Legends Logitech G Pro, which I need to replace soon because it's a special edition. These golden things, it shows wear and tear really easily. Like obviously when you're playing, sometimes your hands sweat, and sweat does damage to products like this, and especially like on the side, like it just comes off really quickly. So I want to replace this one with just a black G Pro, because the G Pro is usually, like, I'm really happy with my mouse being a G Pro. I just need a normal version to have the League of Legends Special Edition. I don't even play League. I played League like 3 times in my life. I just thought this was funny. And then here we have my 3 monitors, which aren't that special. I just know that this one is like, the middle one is like 4 or 144 hertz, and the other ones are 60, I believe, because I don't need any good specs on these. But that was pretty much it. I don't really, I mean, I guess I have my PC right here, but my PC is nothing special. I got it for free from my dad, who got it from his work. It's good enough, and it does the job, but I don't care much for it at all. Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was my setup, and yeah. I guess actually I'm lying. I need to show one more thing. I have this mic arm right here, which is just a mic that usually this microphone is the one I'm using right now to record this video. Just a second one that I used to use for my main mic, but now I'm using it for this one because I was like, hey, I could just buy a second mic and hang it up there for. It's honestly purely aesthetics, to be honest. Don't really use it for anything. It's not like I have people coming over and we're streaming together or some shit like that. But yeah, that was that. Alright, so that was that. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. That was my room. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope this was a fun video. I am not very used to recording videos anymore. Haven't done one in a while, and I'm not very good at talking, like the talking to the camera thing without having people around to talk to. But I'm trying to get better at it because I think it's just, I don't know, I guess a fun skill to have to just kind of be able to talk and whatnot, and maybe it improves my social abilities. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.